Okay, so today's video is you're checking your answers to the even problems on the worksheet here. So you work them through, and then if you think something didn't seem to come out right, then you're following the video and viewing my solution. So let's just recall our two different types of form. Remember, we have exponential form, in which we have the base to the exponent is equal to our answer. And then we have our log form, where log base, so or if I look at that log base backwards, you have exponent is equal to log base of answer. Okay. Again, throughout this chapter, you have to be able to switch from exponential to log and log to exponential. So we're solving for all values of x. Check for extraneous roots. Remember the domain of a log function. Y equals log x. X has to be greater than 0. The argument must be positive. So number 2. Here we have two logs on the same side of the equation. So condense right away. The plus meant it was multiplication to begin with. So it's a single log of x times x plus 3 is equal to 1. Now we just have log. So we're going to switch to exponential. Remember, if there's no base here, the base is 10, right? So writing an exponential form, this is base 10 to exponent 1 is equal to x times x plus 3. 10 to the first is 10. X times x plus 3 is x squared plus 3x. We'll put this in standard form. I'll subtract 10 from both sides. And we'll have 0 is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 10. And then we'll factor. Factors of negative 10 that add to 3 are positive 5 and negative 2. So our two values of x are negative 5 and positive 2. And we'll check. Remember, the argument of a log term must be positive. So the negative 5, right away, we have to reject that. Now, this is 2 okay? Yep. Log 2, or 2 plus 3, which is 5. So our answer here is x equals 2 for number 2. Number 4, and we have two log terms on the left-hand side, so we'll condense to a single. The addition meant we had multiplication to start with. Now we have log on each side of the equation, so that would mean that these arguments would have to be equal to each other in order for our two sides of our equation to be equal. So 3x minus 2 times x minus 1 is equal to 2x. Foiling here, 3x squared, outside negative 3x, inside negative 2x, last positive 2. Subtract 2x, oh no, combine the like terms, negative 5x, and in the same step, subtract negative 2x, bringing it over to this side. So I get 3x squared minus 7x plus 2 is equal to 0. Trinomial, lead coefficient's not 1, it's 3, so we do 3 times 2. This is our factor in, factor out, or FIFO method. That's 6. The factors of 6 that add to negative 7 are negative 6 and negative 1. That 3, lead coefficient of 3, remember we need to divide by 3, so 3x minus 6 times 3x minus 1, all divided by 3. And 3 divides into 3x minus 6, x minus 2 times. 3x minus 1 is our other factor, so finally we have the factorization. Set each equal to 0. Oftentimes I'll skip this step and go right to the answer. X equals 2, add 1, divide by 3, x equals 1/3. Okay, if I go back to the original, if I substitute 2 in, that's 6, subtract 2, that's 4, that's fine. 2 subtract 1 is 1, that's fine. 2 times 2 is 4, okay. Now 1/3, oh, right away, 1/3 subtract 1 is going to be negative 2/3. So this is extraneous, we have to reject this. So x equals 2 for number 4 on this worksheet. Next, number 6, we have x to the 2.7 equals 64. This is just an exponential form of an equation with no log here. So this is going back to chapter 7. So really we want x to the positive 1. We want x to the first power. So this will just raise both sides to the reciprocal, which would be 1 over 2.7. All right, so go to the calculator and take 64 and raise it to the fractional exponent of 1 over 2.7. And rounding to 4 decimal places, so 4.6661. X equals 4.6661. All right, just a little bit of a refresher there. Next, number 8. And right away, I look at the left-hand side there. We have 2 logs condensed to 1 log. So log of the addition meant we had multiplication. So x minus 2 times 2x minus 3 is equal to, now on the other side, this 2 log x, let's condense this. That multiplier of 2 meant it was log of x squared. Okay, we have logs on both sides, so we can drop them, set the arguments equal to each other. In the same step, I'm going to FOIL this, all right? X times 2x is 2x squared. The outside, negative 3x, the inside, negative 4x, and the last plus 6. And that's equal to x squared. Okay, combining like terms, and in the same step, I'm going to subtract x squared from both sides. So I'll have x squared, because 2x squared subtract x squared is 1x squared, minus 7x plus 6 equals 0. Factors of 6 that add to negative 7, negative 6, negative 1. So x minus 6 times x minus 1 equals 0. So we have x is equal to 6 and x is equal to 1. Value of 6, okay there, because that'll give us 4. Same here. A value of 1, next value of 1, 1 subtract 2 is negative 1, so no, this is extraneous. We have to reject the 1. Number 10, again condensing here, 1 single log base 3. The 2 out in front as a multiplier meant it was a exponent to start with, and the subtraction division. Okay, so we have log base 3 of the quotient x squared over x minus 2 is equal to 2. This is log form. Switch to exponential. So our base 3 exponent 2 is equal to x squared over x minus 2. 3 squared is 9. I'm going to write that as 9 over 1, setting us up for a proportion. And now the cross products are equal, so x squared is equal to 9x minus 18. X squared minus 9x plus 18 is equal to 0, standard form here. The factors of 18 that add to negative 9 are negative 6 and negative 3. So our solutions would be just the opposite, positive 6 and positive 3. Positive 6 is okay, also positive 3. So we have two solutions, x equals 6 and x also equals 3. And our last even problem, we have 13 to the 2x equals 300. Okay, let's see, this is exponential form, so let's switch it to log form. So our exponent 2x is equal to log base 13 of 300. And now to get x by itself, we'll divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to, and go to the calculator. I'll put it in as a fraction, alpha y equals, and then alpha window number 5 for log base 13 of 300 divided by 2. And to nearest 4 decimal places, 1.1119. Alright, and there are your even solutions. Thank you very much. Hope you did a good job on them.